Imagine getting handcuffed in your own building's lobby, not for stealing, not for shouting, just for sitting there with a book, minding your own business. Yeah, that happened to me, all because our HOA president, Karen Voss, decided she was the queen of Sunset Towers and my existence offended her clipboard. Let me tell you how this went from absurd to straight-up cinematic, with a twist that'd make your jaw drop. My name's Jake Sullivan, and this is the story of how I took on a tyrant and won. 8 months ago, I thought I'd made it. At 37, after years busting my back as a mechanic, a workplace accident handed me a settlement that, combined with every penny I'd saved, let me buy a penthouse in Tucson's Sunset Towers. Not some billionaire's pad, but a 10th-floor corner unit that felt like a palace to a guy who grew up in a crumbling apartment. I'd promised my mom I'd own a real home one day, and I did it. The lobby was my favorite part: plush chairs, soft lights, like a private lounge I'd earned. I'd sit there evenings, sipping coffee, reading about engines, feeling like I belonged. Then I met Karen. I was grabbing my mail when I saw her, mid-40s, blazer starched to death, measuring bulletin board flyers with a ruler, clutching a clipboard like it was a scepter. She eyed me like I tracked mud on her carpet. "You're the new penthouse owner," she said, less a greeting, more a challenge. "I'm Karen Voss, HOA president. We run a tight ship." I tried to play nice. "Jake Sullivan, good to meet you." But she shoved her clipboard at me. "Sign here for lobby access. We track usage to keep things orderly." Lobby access. I signed, thinking she was just a control freak, but when an older guy, Tom Kessler, shot me a pitying look as he passed, my gut said trouble was coming. Trouble came fast. A few days later, an official HOA notice slid under my door, 3 pages accusing me of unauthorized lobby usage, improper attire, for wearing a flannel, and get this, disrespecting HOA authority because a mom wasn't submissive enough. It was like a legal brief from a parallel universe, citing a rulebook I'd never seen. I ran into Tom at the mailboxes, holding that ridiculous notice. He laughed, but it was grim. "She nailed me for reading a newspaper once. I designed bridges for 35 years, Jake, and now I'm dodging fines for existing." That night, I tore through my contract, the bylaws, every scrap of paper. Nothing backed her rules. I'd paid for this lobby, and she was playing dictator. Then she upped the ante, plastering a code of conduct, banning everything from water bottles to books. I confronted her in the empty lobby. "Karen, this place fits 60 people. Why a 30-minute limit?" Her smile was ice. "Prevention, Jake. Standards matter." I pressed about her board. She snapped, "The board decides," and stormed off. Tom overheard, pulling me aside. 10 families left because of her. "She's a bully, and you're her new target." I wasn't running. At her next emergency HOA meeting, a Tuesday night setup nobody could attend, she sat like a judge in a cold community room, reading new rules for 45 minutes. No humming, no guest over 2 hours, no questions. Only 5 of us showed, me, Tom, and 3 scared retirees. I stood up. "Karen, we didn't vote on this. You're not our queen." Her face went red. "You're out of order." But I pushed. "Show me the board minutes." She sputtered, "I am the board." That was it, admitted her one-woman rule. I knew I had to fight back, but smarter. The next Tuesday, I sat in the lobby at 5:30 p.m., coffee in hand, engine manual open, testing her. At 6 o'clock, Karen swooped in, stopwatch ticking. "Time's up, Jake." I stayed calm. "I'm reading. I live here." She dialed 911, voice shaking like she was in a horror flick. "There's a trespasser. I'm the manager, and he's dangerous." I laughed. I own the penthouse. She smacked. Not my lobby. 2 cops arrived, Officer Reynolds, seasoned, and Brooks, a jumpy rookie. Karen went full drama queen. He's aggressive, threatening. I handed over my deed. I'm Jake, I own 10A, just reading. Reynolds scanned the empty lobby, unimpressed. Ma'am, he's an owner. This is his space. Karen shrieked, he's breaking my rules. Brooks suggested court, but Karen's meltdown, I am the authority, made Reynolds give me a nod as they left. Her glare said this was war. Here's where it twists. I realized fighting alone wouldn't work, keep escalating. So I posted my contract's common area rights on the bulletin board. Karen ripped them down, but 8 residents snapped photos. Then I dropped a flyer, coffee and chat Fridays, free coffee, lobby, 7 p.m. No politics, just neighbors. That first Friday, 10 showed up, including Ellen, a retired nurse. Stories poured out, fines for plants, doormats, even coughing. Ellen's voice broke. I taught kids to respect community. Now I'm scared to hand a wreath. Then Mike, a veteran, stood, hands trembling. I survived combat, but her clipboard makes my blood boil. That's not ferret's rage. We were bonding when Karen burst in, screaming, "This is illegal. I'll lock you out." Ellen fired back, "This is why we meet to stop you." Karen's threats flopped, we laughed. She fled, but we were done hiding. Tom and I dug into the bylaws and found gold. Karen wasn't elected, she seized power 3 years ago. Better yet, 15 signatures could force a no-confidence vote. We got 22 in 3 days, hearing Horose kid fined for a scooter, a couple planning to move to escape her. Mike's story hit hardest, I'm not scared of her. I'm furious. Karen fought back, threatening lawsuits, but the management company, sick of her, greenlit our meeting. 2 days before, she cornered me, reeking of wine. You'll regret this, Jake. This is my lobby. I stepped closer. It's ours. The meeting was electric, 30 residents, chairs in a circle, Tom moderating. I laid out Karen's abuses, fake rules, harassment, 10 families gone. Residents shared nightmares, fines for sneezing, threats over wreaths. Mike said, I shouldn't panic in my own home. At 7:45, Karen stormed in, screaming, "You're trespassing." She called 911, claiming an illegal assembly. Reynolds and Brooks arrived. Brooks cuffed me before I could explain. The room erupted, 30 voices shouting, "He's done nothing." Tom shoved our bylaws at Reynolds, who saw the truth. Uncuff him, he told Brooks, then faced Karen. You lied about trespassing. Karen unraveled, screaming, I'm the board. This is my building. Her fatal slip admitting it was about power, not community, before 30 witnesses. Reynolds cuffed her, reading her rights as she shrieked, "Get out of my lobby." Her clipboard hit the floor, papers flying. Minutes ago, I was in cuffs, now she was led away, and the irony was sweeter than my coffee. The room exploded, cheers, hugs, tears. We voted 28-2 to oust her. Tom took over, I passed on leading. I just wanted to read in peace, I said. Karen was charged with false reporting, harassment, and moved out. Coffee Fridays now draw 50, the lobby alive with laughter. Sitting here now, book open, neighbors chatting, I grin at how justice landed. But here's the kicker, Karen thought she was saving the building. Were we rebels, or was she the monster? What would you do if your home turned into a battlefield? Hit the comments, share your HOA nightmares. Let's see how many of us are fighting for what's ours.